Man, y'all, I need help. I need help. Like, I don't get it. Going from a wife, I'm frustrated today.
Talk to us.
Cause y'all, why y'all be setting me up for failure? Why ain't nobody tell me how difficult it was gonna be going from a wife to a single woman? Y'all, I swear to God, I'm dying out here. I'm dying. SOS, SOS. Man, y'all, I need help. I need help. Like, I don't get it. I'm stuck. Like, man, once you've been a wife, it is damn near impossible to morph back into a girlfriend. Baby, I'm a wife. When I go in at 100. I don't know how to pretend like I like you a little bit when I know I like you a lot. And a lot of people be like, oh, that's too aggressive to tell a guy this. Why you when I know I do? And hell, I want to know that you like me at the same capacity.
Right.
Because if you don't, what we here for? We just wasted each other time. Y'all, I'm not that person. I can't pretend like, oh, I only like him a little bit. Or why are we pretending at all? We three? Like, I'm trying to figure out if you for me and I'm for you. Because if not, can you please move over? Because I want him right there, the one that's for me, who gonna be my forever person. And if that ain't you, and you don't want to participate in the process of me finding out if that's you, then you wasting my time. You wasting your time. Y'all, I can't get it. This ain't working for me. Like, I ain't supposed to be nobody girlfriend, pretending like I like you and then waiting a little bit to respond back to your messages when I know I want to respond right back, and I want to check on you, and I want you to check on me, and I want to be up under you, smelling your scent on my clothes and mine on yours, and I gotta pretend like I don't like you. Where y'all get the scripts from? Like, how y'all know? Like, I don't even know what to do or how to do it right. Like, I give up. I ain't no girlfriend, man. I'm a wife. I'm a wife, man. Forget it.
There's a difference between delusion and reality. And a peaceful life brings it to you real. Ladies, I love you. And this is not some angry, bitter guy talking to you on the internet. Let me tell you something real quick. You see that dude laying next to you that you've been married to for 10, 15, 20 years? Okay? As much as you think that he enjoys your company and all of the torture you've given him, if you get divorced from him, if you escaped him, I know he's boring to you, but you come out here on this Serengeti with guys like me, and I'm 51 years old, about to be 52 this year. I escaped the marriage penal colony 20 years ago, and I'm like an escaped convict. You won't take me back alive. Damn it. That dude right there is invested with his 401k. He's got the kids. He cares about his legacy. He's worried about his money. But if you ever cross that line and he gets out of that deal and he gets free out here like me, he'll be talking the same shit I'm talking right now. Maybe he'll go somewhere, fly off to South America, Thailand, Africa, somewhere, and enjoy his life in peace. But you're not going to catch that dude alive. So this idea, this illusion of options out here, of all these qualified single men that's out here just waiting for you, come on out here. And I tell you what, that guy that's next to you has committed. He's committed his life. He's put himself on the line. He's willing to take risks. The dudes that's risen you up in them DMs or trying to get that punani at work is just trying to relieve that poison, pound you vigorously and viciously, and he's trying to get he's trying to pass the ball. Let me tell you something. Ball hogging gets you on the bench with a peaceful life. I put you on the bench. The ball is meant to be moved. You ever seen like players like, you ever see the Washington Knicks play? Look at a guy like Anthony Mason, right? Okay. If they don't pass him the ball, that dude just walk down the court like this all day long. Man, let me tell you something. You throw that dude the ball, he dribble a couple times like this. That dude work all day long for you, rebounding, running the floor, Some of these other guys, that's why I was telling my guard, when them bigs run, feed him the rock. He's going to rebound like crazy for you. Your job, you got to give up 4 points sometime, or 5 points, or 10 points to get yourself 20-25. The ball is meant to be passed. And the reason why many of you are out here, no disrespect to the 5%, there's things that happen in life, marriages and relationships. Men make mistakes. Men do things that are wrong in relationships. I grant you ladies that. Sometimes men sabotage relationships. But I'm willing to bet the overwhelming majority, especially with the social media delusion and the gynocentrism of the culture and feminism and all these other crazy, radical, crazy ideas, that the majority of women have taken men for granted and have disrespected their way out of relationships. And men that are single out here, Gen X men, older men, or other men, they know this. But they're just horny and they want to pound. So guy's going to sell your dream. But but you never know. This guy has a great assist average. He's going to pass the ball. Peaceful Life passes the rock. Let me tell you something. I'll be like John Stockton. Some things are just not one for keeps. Because if it was meant to be kept, it wouldn't be out here wild on the Serengeti with me. No man itself is just pushing no diamond out here, dude. You're crazy if you think you guy number 35 or 30 or 100 or whatever the hell is going on nowadays. I ain't judging. I'm just here to bring the truth. And the reality is what happens to a lot of these women is their girlfriends talk them into this stupid shit. They be talking to them, they be side envy in their life and shit. So they'll put envy. That dude right there, he's a loser. You get all this. Look at me. I'm getting ran through by these young boys out here. These boys love me. Look at me. I got a dude that's 30 years old pounding the hell out of me. We've all had those phases for some of us as young men where we pounded older women because here's the deal. It's low hanging. It's not even low hanging fruit. That fruit is on the ground. Sometimes it has brown spots on it. Sometimes it's decent. It just fell. But the reality is that young men, salute to my young men, when they talk to us old head or call me unk or whatever else, they say, unk, check out this old head I just pounded last night. Because a young man knows sometimes late at night on the 11 o'clock on a Friday night, and you want to drain the poison. And you're like, oh, shoot, look at this old broad here sitting at the bench. She's about 50 years old, around my age. I'm old. You see my hair is really falling out. That's, whatever, that's a whole nother story. But anyhow, that young boy know if I rizz up this old broad, she's already delusional. Her face is caked up with makeup. She probably got them waist tightener on. She probably has some enhancements everywhere because they spend about 3 hours in the mirror putting on that crap. That's why I say everything looks different when it's wet. This is me. You call me whatever, old, bald-headed, whatever, Mr. Cooper lookalike, whoever. I don't give a rat's ass, but this is me. There's no enhancements going on. This is who I am every day, all day, and this is what I'm gonna be. But ain't no enhancements going on. So they're not really themselves. And all things are revealed when wet. Pools and salt water will tell you the truth. But anyhow, at that bar at the end of the night, again, dirty water would put out a fire. I'm not saying that water's dirty. I'm just making an analogy that if your man is inflamed, sometimes I have a nice pond in the backyard, lake, whatever the hell you call it. It's a pond, actually, nice little pond back there, pretty good size. You're not gonna looking for a water faucet, which is terrible. I don't recommend that at all. He's gonna jump in the pond if he's in fire. But when that fire is out, he's gonna realize he's covered in some whatever. Anyhow, let's move right along from that. The fact of the matter is this: at 11 p.m. on a Friday night, the low-hanging fruit, why I call it is this: young men, salute to you, will eat roadkill. Imagine a freshly divorced woman that just got out of a situation, 20-year married, 15-year married, easy pickings, 15, 10-year married, because she's high on delusion. And a dude 15, 20 years younger, salute to you, brother. He knows that if he rizz her a little bit, her head's gonna get big and them panties is coming down. Period. Old dudes like me know young women are messing with guys my age for money. They're bullshit. A woman 20 years younger than me looks at me and sees this dude has got his security with resources that I can use. See, men, we're not delusional to think that some woman looks like she's going to go for the version of me that's 20 years younger if she can get equal value in terms of provision, protection, and security. And the money is what really separates the difference between a young man and an old man. There's no delusion in it. You know, Uncle Earl understands this. Women are with older men for security, not because of our wonderful charisma or our outstanding looks or whatever else. I've lost all the hair on top of my head. And I'm going so. You see how real I am, ladies? That's what happens with being a man. You don't live in fantasy, delusion. But getting it, roadkill is easy pickings, especially fresh drop roadkill, fresh out here in the market. And the reality is that nobody has the kind of time to go run up in the bushes with his shotgun and hunt down some fresh new prey on a Friday night at 11. You got to get to bed. You got to go work overtime tomorrow. Sometimes you take the low hanging fruit. The problem with that is, you know, going in, everything looks wonderful. Just don't let the sunlight hit you, young bucks, because you may see something that will ruin your whole experience. You're in that bed and she gets up and walks to the shower and your sack is on empty and all truths are revealed when the daylight comes and when you're on some post-nut clarity stuff. And do not look at her medicine cabinet. Do not need to see that she's taking medicine for prediabetes, all that shit. That's going to ruin your experience from the night. Take the high, leave in the darkness, and don't come back unless you necessarily have to, brother, young men, because you don't want to see what the light might reveal to you. Take your wins and hit the road. You don't want to find out what happens next. You know, some old broad, you know, like some Tracy Ellis Ross type old broad. Be careful. Make sure you wear some protection. Some of these old broads are still fertile. And the last thing you need to be walking around with your granny with a damn stroller walking to the mall with somebody that's old enough to be your mommy, or you get one of these woke liberal women like I'm not a political person like Tracy Ellis Ross, pregnant, and next thing you know your kid is marching in the pride parade. I ain't got nothing against that. I'm just saying, you know, whatever, you know. Just make sure. Some of them are fertile as hell. Just a cautionary tale because I'm a father and I have, you know, Gen Z kids, boys, and you know, hey, sometimes these low hanging fruit is fertile. Be careful. Make sure you strap up. Protection. Anyhow, moving right along. So when they get out of these relationships and they get out here on the Serengeti and they realize that the dude that was in the DM, the dude was at the job, the only reason why he was saying what you were saying because you was tied to that dude. And he knows that you're not going to follow through and try to take it to a serious relationship level. So when he knows that you're not going to go to level, he's not going to level 2 with you. You just disrespected your way out of that relationship. You're not going to be any better over here. Hell no. And you have a lot of practice at ending relationships. Period. You know, people may say the same thing about me. I don't care. I ain't trying to sell marriage MSRP to no damn body. In fact, if you were to pull a marriage contract on me as big as I am, I would consider that a life threat. And I may haul ass. Even if it could be some woman that's 5'3" or something. And I'm a dude well over 6 foot. You pull a little short woman pull a marriage contract on my ass, I am out. You'll see the back of my bald head. That dude just ran. Yes. You won't get me back on that plantation. Hell no. Peace is beautiful. I'm in love with peace. I love my peaceful sexual lifestyle. Look at this. I mean, you want to see what I'm looking at right now? Let me show you my backyard, ladies. There's just me here by myself, right? Let me show you this, lady. Let me show you something. This is peace. Small. It's tiny. Now I'll show you. First of all, it's extremely quiet in here because it's only me in here. And it's easy to manage. See, you guys don't know what you're giving up, man. And for that guy who she divorced, let me tell you something. That guy is like a freed slave after he gets over the trauma of that divorce. You see, right now he's like, oh, I lost that money. Give him about a year. He realized, like, shit, he started getting lighter, he hit the gym, start working out. If the guys that haven't got completely destroyed with lifetime alimony. But yeah, this is what I'm making a video right now, right? This is my peaceful doom. And this is my backyard, nice and peaceful and quiet, okay? This is what I wake up to every day. See, peace is beautiful. My neighbor, of course. No, see, listen to that. You think an old dude is gonna give this up to go hang out with you? Hell no. Damn that. I'm not giving this up to go hang out with some broad that's been on relationship number 50. Hell no. You kick rocks with that. Not gonna happen with a peaceful life. So, old dudes like me are not going into these relationships with women that are on relationship number 50. Hell no. What happened to the other two? What happened to, let me fix this camera here. What happened to the other 45 dudes before me? And hell no. And men know how easy it is for a woman to keep a good man. Dudes have low needs. A dude has a low maintenance, a real man. Dude, you know, some sex, some affection, some appreciation, take care of your body, don't mess with the money, be loyal, you know, and like these dudes have some low requirements, and you could not keep a man. Don't bring that crap over here. Bring the pre-owned. Leave the rest. Not over here. Nowadays, I think for some dudes, it's better to hotel or her place because you have the option to leave immediately and quickly. When you're at your place, now you got to get out of your place. And plus, you don't want them to know where you live in. No, never mind. Let me stop talking like that. Because I could cause another problem because they know where you live and come back over here, cause problems. And you see how quiet it is over here? Now, hell no, I don't want that smoke. So you got to understand something. They're single for a reason. It's usually disrespect. They stop appreciating that guy. They stop respecting that guy. They start listening to their friends. Many times their friends sabotage them. And they think they're gonna come out here and hit that Hail Mary out here. You know, they don't see depreciation. See, the peaceful life see depreciation. You see that guy over there used to do those fast break dunks? I went into a basketball court the other day. I looked at the rim. I was like, oh my God, that looks painful. I wouldn't even could imagine a guy who used to put elbows on the rim. I can't touch that damn rim. I'd be in the hospital. It's madness to even think that I go run with those young boys. And besides, I get on the elliptical, the Stairmaster, walk on the treadmill. What the hell am I doing on that? See, guys understand there's a time for everything, and they understand the expiration date. You know when you start knowing you need to leave them young boys with their basketball alone? One, you start calling too much fouls. You start holding up the game. And then when you play ball on a Sunday, and your ass is still hurting the next Sunday, that's when you know you need to stop and go play pickleball or some shit, or be like me walking in the park. You know you can't do that shit no more. It take me like my single bro. I don't play him no more. The last time he blasted me in my ribs, I thought I was going to die. Like, hell no. Hell is shit. I'm going to the elliptical and swim in the pool. Who needs this beat down? That's why even when I used to do grappling and all that, to hell with that shit. Getting slammed on the ground at my age, that shit hurts for a long ass time. I'm like, yo, why my shit still hurting? You know, like sometimes you do, you know what I'm talking about, right? You wake up in the morning, like, yo, I didn't even injure my hip. The hell is going on? And you're like, what happened to you? You just slept on the wrong side. Like, or you didn't put that pillow between your leg when you laid on your side. And then your ass is hurting now. And it take you about 2 days to get rid of that shit. That's what happens when you get older. It goes away. Well, you're like, what the hell's going on my shoulder? Ain't nothing happened to mine. I ain't injured. And you're sitting around puzzled and shit. Like, what the hell? Injuries just coming out of nowhere. Like, you didn't even create no injury. You didn't have any problems. But, obviously you work out consistently, you take care of yourself, and that shit goes away. But women don't understand that idea of knowing your place in this world, understanding your position, period. So there's a difference between our minds. We operate in the real world and they operate in delusion. And they don't understand that what a dude said, options for sex are vast and plenty. Because horniness is, I always say horniness is loneliness turned upside down, or loneliness and horniness turned upside down. But dudes have 20 times more testosterone flowing through their stream. And they will say some of these dudes will say whatever they can to pound. But you look at that guy's assist record, that dude, the real dude, the dudes that are here, they got that high assist. They got that Chris Paul, running the break, and they do like bounce pass, lob behind the back. And that's what I'm saying. Women are giving up these relationships to become basketballs. Like, what do you think is going to happen out here? You think these dudes are out here with all the information out here and all these now the dude you may get is an absolute jelly bag simp. The kind of guy that you're going to get is the guy you don't want. That guy is going to dry you up. He's not going to. The guys that have options on, you're not going to get that guy. That guy is going to be like hell no. No. Absolutely. The best time for women to get married is when they're young. You can get married when you're old. You can. Go ahead, knock yourself out. But it ain't going to be nothing exciting that you want. You get companionship, but trying to lock down one of these dudes that have options out here, hell no, this dude gonna run. He gonna look at you and like, hell no, I'm not taking that problems and that trauma from all them damn past relationships, and that disrespect is embedded in your soul. You're gonna bring that shit over here. When a man has peace, he's not gonna just give that up like that, especially if he's not desperate or he's, especially when he knows what he got to lose, which is in terms of his quality of life. And that's why I say today's women is competing against a man's peace for an opportunity in his life. And he's not just giving that shit up like that easy to get what? Pre-owned, access to pre-owned. He can game that or he can buy that. And he can get rid of the annoyance and the aggravation and the irritation that comes with dealing with you, listening to you, on relationship number 45, and he's the guy maybe 46, and he got to listen to you. He don't want to hear about your problems and your issues or your past. That ain't his problem. Why would he want to listen? Who would want to listen to that garbage just for access to pre-owned box? You guys are crazy. You think these old bras the old bras is short on money for their retirement. They're short on money. That's why they're dealing with you. You think they, anyhow, why would they be dealing with you? In terms of wanting to get married and stuff, because of money, security. They decide to do what? That's why even some of the guys who get older and run overseas, and not the guys who be simping, they be like, man, look, just get this one over here and, chill with her and enjoy some fun. But she tried to get serious with him. Shit, hell no, he out of there. The smart ones, he only invests what he can afford to lose. And the shit go bad, he on the next flight out of there. And he's back to his comfortable domain somewhere. But dudes are not just going to be just committing to these women after all the dudes women want. After all this, after they've been in a secure situation and disrespected their way out here. I don't know these people's individual situation, but it's this illusion that there's some man tree out here with all these eligible bachelors just waiting to get with these leftover women, Xingyu women, and waiting to commit, to give away the highest level of sacrifice a man can get, which is his commitment in marriage. That's why the great divorce is up because of delusion. Obviously with social media and advancements in surgeries and, delusion being spread everywhere in a complete and utter out of touch with reality. There's this illusion of options and many different things that are out here being sold, but the real world is totally different. It's completely different than what people think in their minds. But anyhow, just had to make this video because I find it fascinating that some people will give up a certain situation to become a damn basketball and be passed around, pounded heavily, vigorously, and become an alley hoop for another man to dunk. And no commitment over the long haul. Then they get out here making all these bitter videos and shit about what? You chose to come out here in the Serengeti with us. We belong out here. We're male lions. This is where I belong. I'm perfectly comfortable out in this Serengeti forever. I mean, I got family and friends. I have hobbies and passions and purpose. I could be out here for all day. I could just be talking to the guys on the channel, have a good time. I could be out here forever. And that dude who get out of that marriage, well, he might be damaged for about 2 years, maybe 5 years, but that dude's gonna get back on his feet. And when he gets the enlightenment that everything gets better with time, patience, hard work, commitment, put some dedication into yourself. Let me tell you something. In about 2-3 years, you'll be like, what the hell? I've been liberated. You'll feel like a free slave. Watch. I'm telling you, stay committed keep your head to the grind. Keep the head to the self-development part of it. That shit will pass. And you realize that you've got early parole. And you won't look back and see the world the same anymore. The world, the globe is your playground. Gentlemen, once you get out of these situations, don't look at it in short term. Short term, you're going to be obliterated, painful. But in the long run, if you pour into yourself, you'll find out that you've given a second chance of life. Anyhow, peace and blessings to you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. I got to do something with this bell. I got to work on the gym. I got to go to the gym, gentlemen. Make sure you have a good, hey, got to do something nice for yourself today, man. Go get a massage. Buy yourself something nice. You know, do something. Nobody's going to take care of you like you. Peace and blessings to you guys. I'm out. These basketballs. Hey, guys, don't hog the ball, man. Make sure you pass.